Hi everybody, welcome back to Regina's World, aka Regina's TV. This channel we do, for those who don't know who I am, I'm Regina, Las Vegas native. I do reviews on the show Married at First Sight. I review things that I do around Las Vegas, and I do story times, which I love to do. And this video will be a story time, and this is directed to my mother. This is dedicated to my mother. Why? For two reasons. The first is because it's her birthday month, and she passed from breast cancer, and this is breast cancer month. So why not do a video about growing up with a mother who had breast cancer? So if you guys want to listen to my story time, please first like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel down below. And follow me on my social media, Keyshawn Varese Robinson, on Facebook, and Sleepless and LVMB. And let's get into this video. Okay, I want to start off just by saying I do not talk about my mother, and I haven't talked about my mother in years. So I do not know how I am going to respond to the stuff that I'm going to say. So just bear with me through this video, and let's get into it, okay? Alright, so my mother passed away when I was 15 of breast cancer. Prior to that, when I was a little younger, of course, my memory is kind of spotty, but I remember certain things. And I don't know how long my mother had breast cancer prior to her passing, but I do remember when I was younger, she used to work, let me back up just a little bit, she used to work at a factory, the Hershey factory out there that makes Hershey candy, and that's probably why that's my favorite candy is Hershey almonds. That's literally all I eat. If I don't eat Hershey almonds, I eat a Kit Kat, but I usually eat Hershey almonds. But I digress. She did work at a Hershey factory, and she was raising 5 kids by herself until later in life when she met her husband, but that was later in life. But during this time, she was a single parent, raising 5 kids on limited income, and St. Louis is very what is the word when the price of living is very cheap there, so how much you get paid is very cheap there. So I think my mother is maybe getting paid $7 or $8 an hour to work at the factory, but she did the best that she could. During this time, she didn't take care of herself. And again, I say I don't know how long she had breast cancer before she actually went to the doctor and did something about it. But there has been many times when I was younger, when she would come home from work with blood on her shirt. And I would ask my mother then, "Mom, why your shirt is bloody? Why your shirt is bloody?" And she would just be like, "Go on, girl, go sit down, go sit down." And she would take off the shirt, go take her shower, throw it in the dirty clothes, wash it, and get it up and go to work the next day. I was very young. I was between 9 and 12 when this was happening. My mother said, "Leave it alone." That's what you do. You leave it alone, right? I'm gonna push the issue. I didn't know. But my older siblings did know, and they never said anything about it to us. I don't even know if they said much to my mother about it, but they did know about it. But we didn't know. The younger siblings, my older sister, was not privy to this information 2 years later. So, my mother ended up living her life. She got married to her husband, and I don't even know if her husband knew that she had breast cancer. He probably did. But I don't know how much he knew, because if he knew, he probably would have made my mother go and take care of herself. So I don't even know how much he knew. But she was married to him for years until they divorced. And by the time they divorced, I was in high school. Yes, I was in high school. So they were together from like 9 to about 13, 14. Maybe a little bit before that. But by the time I got to high school, my mama couldn't hide it anymore. And this when my life changed forever. It did. I was my freshman year, I was not in school a lot because we were dealing with this as a family. And so I was missing from school a lot. And thank God for my friends at the time, Sheena and April. April was my rock through this, because April, she was right there. She let me stay at her house many nights, many days, without questioning me, without asking me why I needed to be over there. She just opened the door and let me stay until I didn't want to stay anymore. She used to walk me home. She used to live around the corner from me. She used to walk me home and just let me talk, because she knew what we were dealing with, what I was dealing with. And she was such a good friend, you know. And my mother was she was a pretty healthy woman, and over the course of her passing, she really shrank in size, like really shrank, to the point of you can see her ribs and things. And it was very, very hard to watch. It was very, very hard to watch my mother deteriorate right in front of my eyes. It was very, very hard to watch. I didn't know how to handle it, because I was such a mama's girl. When she finally decided to go to the hospital because she couldn't hide it anymore, I was right there with her. I was right there many days at Bourne's Hospital while she was getting her chemotherapy. I was right there with her, watching her hair start falling out. And I cried with my mother many times, because her self-esteem started going down, because she was bald now. You know, her hair used to come out in clumps at a time. She used to wash it, and then you would just see hair in the sink. And you're trying to be there for your mother, you know? You're trying to be there. But I'm so young, I didn't really know what to do, or how to comfort her. But I was there, you know? And then my mother eventually ended up getting 2 mastectomies. And that was even worse. My mother maybe was 275, maybe even 300 pounds. She was like 5'7", 5'8". Big old huge booty. 2-bottle skeleton at the end of this. 2 mastectomies. No breasts, no hair. Barely can walk. bro, I can't even walk anymore. Because the cancer took over. And my sister, my oldest sister, she jumped right in there, And she had the strength of 50 people. Because when my mother had the mastectomy, she couldn't do anything for herself anymore. So my sister refused to put her in some kind of nursing home or assisted living or hospice or anything like that. She said, no, I'll do it myself. That's my mother. I'll do it myself. And she did for a while. And I saw it one time and I said I can never see it again, because you can literally see the cancer. When my sister had to clean it and stuff, you can literally see the cancer eating away. There was no muscle left. The cancer ate it away because it spread through different parts of her body. And I saw it one time and I said, I can't look at this ever again. And I didn't. Anytime my sister said I have to go change mom or clean mom, I would leave. Because I just did not know how to watch my mother pass in front of me, At 15, 14, 15, I didn't even, I know I'm losing my mother, but I didn't know what to do. I was so young, I didn't know what to do. Oh boy. So eventually, my mother passed. And this probably was the saddest day of my life. And this particular day, all of her children was at the house at the same time, and that never happens. That never happens. But we was all there, and me and my sister that's older than me, we used to always be in my mom's room, and she had this thing when her TV was on, and we used to always be in her room. And my mother at this time, they had moved my mother to the living room with a hospital bed and bedside commode, and everything was in the living room. So that's where she was. My sister was in there with her at all times, and my two brothers was there. And again, this never happens because my brothers moved out by this point. It was we just happened to all be there. And you heard my sister say, "Mom, are you okay? Mom, talk to me. Mom, talk to me." So me and my other sister run out the room to see what's going on, and their favorite thing to do to us at that age was tell us to go back in the room and don't come out until they tell us to. So this is what we did. We went back into the room, but we're freaked out because we don't know what's going on. And then the ambulance come and they take my mom away. And we're clueless because we didn't go to the hospital. We didn't do any of that. We were just at the house. And then the neighbor across the street, her name was Miss Virgil, also rest in peace. She was like our godparent in a way. When she came across she was very close to my mom. She came across the street and she told me and my sister this in specific verbatim. When the ambulance come and take somebody away, if the sirens isn't going, that means the person is okay. If the sirens is going, then that means the person is in an emergency. They need to hurry up and get there. So they didn't turn the sirens on. So we took that at our young age as the gospel, because we didn't hear anything after that. And remember, we have 3 older siblings who left and went to the hospital with my mother. And they didn't say a word to us about it. I didn't know if they had a conversation at the hospital and said, don't tell them, or what. But we did not know our mother passed away that night. Me and my sister Christina went on like normal. It was like, okay, we ain't heard nothing. Our brothers and sisters ain't said anything. That means mom's okay. She'll be home. This is her own time. Only time going to the hospital before. So we just went on like our normal life. My brother comes home one of those days, in between those days, the oldest brother, and say, okay, come and stay at my house for a couple days until we figure this stuff out with mom. We like, okay, it's our brother, fine, let's go over your house. Go chill over your house. We're over there having a great old time. My brother said nothing to us. We found out by another family friend who came over there and looked me and my sister in the face and said, okay, girls, now it's time for us to tell you, but to talk to you about where you guys want to live. They said, where we want to live? What are you talking about? Where do you want to live? We want to live with our mom. And she said, your mother died. The expression on my face right now is the expression that we gave her. Confusion. What the fuck are you talking about? Our mother died. She said, oh my God, your brothers and sisters didn't tell you? No, tell us what? Your mother died 3-4 days ago. For 3 to 4 days, we had no idea that our mother was dead due to breast cancer. Breast cancer took my mother out. We were so angry at our siblings because they didn't tell us. The next time I saw my mother was in her casket. But in the future, I've had this discussion with my sister, my oldest sister, and I learned from her that she was going through her own thing that night. Each one of them was going through their own feelings and emotions. She was literally so out of it that she didn't know that she didn't tell us. She literally tried to jump in front of a moving train, and someone literally grabbed her and pulled her off the train tracks because she tried to commit suicide that night because she was so distraught over watching my mother take her last breath. I have no idea what my other two brothers was feeling at the moment because they never said anything until the funeral, when I finally saw my siblings break down. Oh, I'm trying to keep it together in this video. Break down in front of me. I think that was the first time I may have ever seen my brother cry for the first time. And I think my brother was like, I think he was 24, 25. I think that was the first time I ever seen him cry. And a pain of losing a sibling or a parent is a pain that you will never forget. You will be able to live with that and move on from that, but you will never forget it. So I'll say to any person who is fighting breast cancer, it is a hard fight, but if you get it early, you can prevent it. If you know your mother or any siblings who's dealing with it, be by their side, because that is a hard thing to deal with. That is a hard thing to go through. And they need as much support as possible. And if I knew what I knew now when I was a kid, I would have been on my mother's head. go to the doctor. Because we're not going to lose you this time around. It's no breast cancer. I would have loved to see my mother on this earth. She can at least meet her grandkids once. She has some beautiful grandkids, you know, that she's never seen and will never will see. Whew. So, my heart goes out to anybody who has gone through this or is currently going through this. You can make it. So I want to thank you for watching this video. Or before I end it, I will say for myself and my siblings, I have 3 sisters, and we all are on watch for breast cancer. I got tested last year. My other sister got tested this year. I'm not sure about my sister in Georgia, but because of our history, we are very aware. I got tested as well for the BRCA gene. I have both BRCA genes, and if you're not familiar with the BRCA gene is a gene that you get from both parents, and if it mutates in the future, you're in high risk of getting breast cancer. So it's a possibility at some point in my life. Hopefully it never happens, but at some point it's a possibility that I could get breast cancer in the future. But I am on high alert. I found a lump last year and it was malignant. So I'm very on top of my health in that way. I had a scare last year, but I'll be right back at the doctor if I find something again. So ladies, if you find something in your breast, please go get it checked. Don't wait, don't ignore it. Go straight to the doctor and get it checked. Bless anybody who has gone through this and beat it and is in remission. God bless you. Thank you for watching this channel. I hope this helped or moved you in some kind of way. I love you all. Thank you for my subscribers. Thank you for my future subscriber who's going to find me in the near future on this channel. I love you all. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right.